Hi, welcome to my webinar. Today I will explain how language empowers us to understand, question, and change our world. According to Desmond Tutu, language is very powerful. Language does not just describe reality. Language creates the reality it describes. Language empowers us to understand, question, and change our world. How? 1. It allows us to share ideas. 2. Allows us to listen and understand. And 3. It allows us to make a change. First, language allows us to share ideas and concepts. It's a social technology which helps us collaborate. In his TED Talk, How Language Transformed Humanity, Mark Pegan explains this concept in depth. He shares his ideas on how we share our ideas through language. We have the ability to form limitless number of thoughts into words, which allows us to share with each other all of our ideas, which is why we progress and evolve. An example of this is Martin Luther King's speech, I Have a Dream, one of the most recognized speeches of all time. His speech promoted societal change while introducing new concepts. Mr. King was a passionate advocate and was able to share his vision for a future where racial equality could be a reality. The key message of his speech was that all people were created equal. Thanks to language, he was able to share his idea. And because his idea was impeccably spoken, his speech was very effective. Now let's relate this to our everyday lives. Parents share their ideas and values with their children. These ideas and values are transcultural and transgenerational, which is why our ancestors' wisdom can be reflected in our current society. Language leads us to understand and question the past, develop our current understanding, and develop our world ideas. By constantly sharing ideas through language, parents shape us and influence our future. As you can see, language is fundamental and necessary to sharing ideas. Next, let's explore how language depends on listening skills, critical thinking, understanding, and building a mental map to incorporate the developing ideas into applied concepts. Just think, if no one listened, why would we need language? They go hand in hand, which is why I think that listening and understanding is a part of language. In his TED Talk, Pegan explains that there are two options for humans to evolve. One was that mankind could retreat into small family groups, in which case our ideas would have been shared only with the inner circle. If we chose this option, humans would not be where they are today. Instead, we chose to live in a cooperative society. If you think about it, Pegan theorizes that the more people there are to listen and understand ideas and concepts, the more society will thrive. He also explores how the internet, through the use of language, has allowed sharing of knowledge and development at an explosive rate. Next, let us reflect on the listening component to Martin Luther King's I Had a Dream, and how his speech impacted his audience. In order for a speech to be effective, there had to be listeners, and these listeners had to understand. And as they listened and understood, they began to question the ideas. Is everyone created equal? By questioning segregation and the influence on prejudice, he allowed the evolution of a more inclusive society. Once again, let's relate this back to our everyday lives. You need to listen and understand the ideas being communicated by your parents to have an impact. Which brings us to my final point of how language allows us to make a change and ultimately evolve. Language allows us to change for better or for worse. These changes have made us who we are today. These changes can be as simple as slicing bread to as complex as empowering colored people with basic rights to education and services. Mark Pegel explains an example of how language has led to change. Language is the reason why humans are able to expand around the entire world and invade all Earth's diverse habitats. Other species can only go places where their genes adapt them to go. However, with language, humans are able to transform the world to suit their needs. Martin Luther King's speech is another excellent example of how language has made a change. His vision changed the world in extraordinary ways. Today, there are no laws that segregate or oppose prejudice against any race or people of color in the United States. Now let's take back family dynamics. How does language make change in this setting? Well, language allows parents to communicate with their children and influence their development. Given these points, language is the heart of change. In conclusion, language allows us to share ideas, listen and understand, and make a change, which is how language empowers us to understand, question, and change our world. Without language, there is no sharing ideas. Without language, there is no listening and understanding. Without language, there is no change. Thank you.